And I also have as being demonstrated, a lovely dog bed for Jake to travel on. I think it's dog approved.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today I'm here with my great friend Deb. Hi Deb.
Hi Bob.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
And Deb is in a real nice Ford F150 and she pulls a trailer. And so today you're going to do something, you're going to build a bed out of the back. And why are you going to do that?
Well, for two reasons. One, because I watched your video with your videographer Linda building out her truck and loved the idea. And two, so that it gives me more versatility. So if I don't want to take the trailer, I can travel in just the truck and go into places that I wouldn't take the trailer and see more places.
Right. Gas mileage shoots right up if you leave the trailer home.
Right, for sure. And I still have to have space for my dog and space for me to sleep either inside or in the back when I do that. So it just gives me lots more options.
There's not nearly as much room as in a van. But if you can get your back of your cab ready to live in, to sleep in, then that solves most of the problems, and then you live out of the bed. So that's something for you to consider. So now let's go ahead and see what Deb has in mind. And then we'll follow her along, give you an idea of exactly how she's doing it and how you can do it. One of your factors is you have a dog.
I do.
And Jake, this is Jake, and of course the Cody has to be butt in. So Cody's my dog, and Jake is yours, who you're petting.
Right.
And so he just rides in the back seat when you drive.
He does. Usually, and I'm not planning to take these seats out, but usually these seats are down, and he just has the whole back seat as his domain. But that gives me no storage underneath. I'm not going to take the seats out because they fold up pretty flat and out of the way and still give me a nice amount of room in the back.
This is a Ford F150, and man, that's a great design. As you can see, folks, the seats just virtually disappear. That's really amazing. All right, folks, we'll start first with the tools you're going to need and the materials that Deb bought to make this project happen.
Well, I brought along the things that I thought would work in small spaces like my trailer or my truck. So I have a small, I think it's a 4-inch circular Dremel saw. And then I also have my jigsaw, also corded. And then I have my drill and my screw gun. And then just the regular things, measuring tapes, a speed square, that kind of stuff. Then I bought 1/2-inch plywood with a nice finish on one side. And then I bought 2x2, some of the underbracing, and then I bought a 2x3 for the legs. I actually bought 3 of these because I'm going to need 8 legs. And then sandpaper to just make everything smooth so that you're not catching sheets and skin. And then somehow I'm going to try a couple of different options to latch, because my platform is going to be 2 sections to latch them together so that they don't move individually. I just decided the curve that I wanted that would take the point off.
Right, perfect.
And then I just drew my line. This is the one that's going to be the most prominent. So I took more off there. And this one is just up against the back of the seat, the driver's seat. So I'm going to make this one a smaller round. Now I'm trying to figure out where to put the legs so that I can mark where to put the 2x2 support underneath where I screw the legs into. And one of the pointers or tips that Linda gave me that I think is great is to make sure that you put your legs in a way that gives you maximum in and out space underneath, especially if you're going to fix your legs.
This will make it a little easier to people understand this cutout.
Yep, so this cutout is cut out around the seat. This seat is set for where I drive, but if anybody any taller than me gets in and needs to move the truck, if this platform is in, there's a little bit more space to bring the seat back. Screw it in so that the leg will be on the side I put the arrow. The leg will be here and I can attach it to that. So I'm just going to transfer this measurement 4.5 and 1.5. So I'll make it 4.5 here and 6, and you know, unless there's somebody coming by with a measuring tape to check it's really not going to matter that much. And then this is about where the legs are going to get screwed in, where I put the arrows. So I'll just make sure that my cross piece is long enough that the leg can screw in without being right at an edge. And I think you could do this without a clamp. If you don't have clamps, I don't think it would be that difficult. If you had another set of hands, it might be helpful, but I think you could get one screwed in most of the way and put the other one in, and then screw them both down.
So you put these across the bottom, but screwed in from the top.
Yep, screwed in from the top so they'll stay nice and flat, nothing pokes through, and I don't know, because I had short screws, and I wanted the most into the 2x2.
Right, and you glued it, and the glue is going to do most of the bonding.
Right. So the two pieces are set. One's over there, one's here. There's a 2x2 that is going to be what I bolt legs to. I'd like to be able to take this apart to be able to use the back seat. So I'm going to use bolts, locking washers, and a wing nut on each leg so that I can reach in, take the legs off. It'll be relatively flat and store it in the back of the truck.
Okay, Deb, we're almost through with the major construction. Why don't you show us where you are and how you got here?
Okay. Well, these are the two parts that we created for being able to pull pieces in and out because of the split back seat. And so we've tested those multiple times in there. Now they work. So now I'm ready to add a latch that will keep them together while I travel, I hope, and make it more comfortable for Jake to travel on so it's not two moving parts independently. Okay, so the theory is that this will latch in and hold the two pieces as one while I'm traveling, and easily detach them if I want to take one section out and put the seat down or the other. We'll see how that works in practice, but in theory, that's how it's going to work. There's one piece.
And you can see the other seat will go down. She can have them open one at a time or both open.
I'll have to level a leg back here, but I can do that.
So you have a huge storage area in back and a nice bed for your dog and for you.
So then this, once it's in here, I can turn it around and on here and not have to keep it long ways, but it fits underneath there, and I can still put tarps or anything skinny up above, which is great. I think that will work.
Looks like you got plenty of space back here now.
Yeah, now we just have to see how Jake does on top of it. This will be the idea of what will be up here for sleeping purposes and for Jake to ride on while we're traveling, but I'll get it 30 inches wide. This was gifted from a friend, Linda, and so we'll start with this for our drive back to Montana. See how it works. So now I just get to do the puzzle of what fits underneath, how it fits underneath, and travel with it and see how it does.
All right, excellent. So it looks like you're about done, Deb. Great job here. And tell us exactly what you got.
Well, I now have several options in the back seat. I have seats that can go down if I take the platforms out. I have the platforms for lots of storage underneath, so I can clear out the back end and finish out the back end to sleep in. And I also have as being demonstrated, a lovely dog bed for Jake to travel on. I think it's dog approved. It's yet to be tested, but I think it's as close as it's going to get for a little test.
And that's just an enormous amount of storage. So if you do want to end up going weeks or a month at a time, boy, you can carry a lot of stuff in there now.
Yeah, it feels really very likely that I'll be able to get everything cleared out of the back so I can make that into sleeping space and really be able to go wherever I want.
And one of the good things you did was with the wing nuts, everything folds down and just gets thrown back there.
Right. Yes, I wanted to be able to take it out and not have it have to be this size. So I wanted it to lay flat. So the wing nuts, I hope, should work that way and not lose integrity over time. But
we'll see.
Time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell. Well, thanks, Deb. I really appreciate your sharing this with us.
You're welcome. Happy to share. Thanks to Linda for sharing her design with me.
So folks, there you have it. I hope you got something good out of this. If you're in a pickup or considering a pickup, this will just show you how reasonably easy, if you're at all handy with the drill, you can do this. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you got something good and helpful out of this build. If you're looking for a pickup, this might be just the answer for you. Well, if you got anything out of this, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. And remember, die with memories, not with dreams. Live your best life.